So I'm sitting here with Jeff Anderson and Brian O'Halloran, the stars of Clerks 2, which is in theaters this week. And thanks, guys, for coming to Scene Stealers and being interviewed in the Screenland office or whatever.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, of course. So, real quick, Clerks was made for something like $27,000 or something like that?
Yeah, just shy of 28, right.
How much was Clerks 2 budgeted at?
In Hollywood terms, just about the same. It was only $5 million. So in Hollywood budget-wise, that's a small, tight film, small crew.
So does that mean that you guys didn't have to load the gear every day? Or
well, we did.
Let's
face it, Affleck got $4.3 million for showing up for one day. So we were still carrying stuff.
Nice, nice. And then I was originally kind of hesitant, actually, about this whole idea when I first heard, because I love Clerks so much, and I was just kind of like, I don't know where this is going to go. And then I saw the movie, and I realized, this is a really great idea, and also it kind of ties into my own life, which is sad and pathetic.
32 and you're flipping burgers? Jesus, anyone else from our graduating class back there?
Did you guys both think that this was a good idea right away, or did you need a little needling, or?
When Kevin came to me and told me we had just wrapped up putting down dialogue track for the missing scene in the 10-year anniversary DVD of Clerks, and being a working actor, I was like, yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to see what these guys do next.
What about you, Jeff?
I, on the other hand, was less enthused. No, Kevin, when he first came to me with it, said he was thinking of doing a sequel, and I flat out told him no, wasn't interested.
Really?
Yeah, it's just, Clerks was kind of a weird movie that I think a lot of the success of Clerks was sort of the backstory. It was the $28,000 budget. It was this black and white movie. It had been 12 years since we did the original, and not exactly a movie that was screaming for a sequel. It just felt to me like we had a better chance of screwing it up than actually making a movie that would improve upon it.
Right.
I thought, he was coming off of Jersey Girl, which, he got beat up for. And I was sort of questioning why now come back to Clerks. It just didn't make a whole lot of sense.
It seemed like kind of a crazy move just to prove something. But the nice thing about it is the movie actually works as its own movie. You know what I mean? And and it was a lot more vulgar than I thought it was going to be, which was nice. Mm-hmm. Coming off of Jersey Girl, you know what I mean?
17-year-olds nowadays are crazy. They're up for anything. They even like it when you go ass to mouth.
So what about the title? It's just Clerks 2 now, right?
Correct.
But there were some kind of nutty titles being considered. I know The Passion of the Clerks at one time.
Right, that was the first working title at Kevin. I mean, the script, when we were doing all this, was about almost 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And when he came out with the first draft of the script, it was, Clerks, The Passion of the Clerks. And at the time, that big blockbuster Passion of the Christ had happened, and it was kind of funny. And it actually is very funny that the passion of these clerks going through these trials and stuff. But it got pushed back. It got kind of weird to get it up to production because it was involved in the Miramax Weinstein kind of divorce, and so that pushing it back. And then Kevin then got involved as an actor in another film called Catch and Release, which took up about 6 or 7 more months of the time. So by the time we were ready to put it into production and then its eventual release, that kind of, it's a little old, it's cute, it's funny, and it's something that, was never really in stone, so.
And never clerking around?
Clerking around.
Was that actually considered? I read that somewhere, but I didn't know.
Still clerking. There was a bunch of things thrown out, and it was really funny. Somebody posted on Kevin's site, it should be Clerks 2, fuck you.
Oh, nice.
Which I think was kind of appropriate, but,
Clerks 2 is simple and classic.
Right. It worked for Basic Instinct too, so why not? Made them money.
Well, you guys, speaking of Basic Instinct 2, you guys have a hottie in your movie, Rosario Dawson. Did she need convincing? Was she into this, or was it just because she got to make out with you?
What? No, she was really perfect for the role. There were a couple of names thrown out there because Harvey Weinstein was like, you got to give me some of the women. You have nobodies as the guys. You got to give us something. And he had come up with this list of women that Kevin had to go through, and the one that he kind of was reluctant to ask was Rosario because he thought she would never in a million years do something like this. She was coming off such other really good films, like Sin City and whatnot. But they sent her a copy of the script, and her people read it, and they said, we like this. And they sent it on to her, and she read it that first night and loved it and was on board immediately. And when she showed up for the first reading, we were all nervous because here's this A-list type of actress coming in, and we're all like, oh my god. And she totally caught everything. She totally dug all the humor. She really got the delivery down right out from the beginning. And from that point on, we were like, this is cool.
Nice.
She's a comic book reader. She's a science fiction fan. She's really, an East Coast type of feel. It was nice.
Time out. Who was the hottie in Basic Instinct to?